Hello everyone, this is Zach, and I don't know what's happening. Okay, it's restoring the virtual machine. So yay, I can't wait. Oh my goodness gracious, what's going on? Uh, okay, Boomer. Oh, duh, okay. Hello everyone. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's get on with the video. I will be answering some questions, so if you have any comments or concerns, feel free to answer them. My name's Tech Doggo, and I'm always happy to answer your questions. Not Tech Doggo, but DogeExplorer. Hold up, I'm checking Discord for a minute, see if there's any responses. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get on with the video. The main purpose of this, actually. So, let's talk about Windows Administrative Tools. These tools will help your computer in the best way possible. What I think in my head, there's secret, actual great features that you will want to enjoy. In this video, I'm going to talk about every single one of them. And I'm going to try to explain it in the best of my ability in the short amount of time we have. Have any questions, please? This is a live stream. So, please. Just comment over here on the side. So, let's talk about our first test. Let's talk about how to reach the frickin' Windows Administrative Tools. Go to the control panel, go to System and Security, go to Administrative Tools, basically. Now, I'm going to start off with the easiest ones, and I'm going to go to harder ones in the up rights. So, first of all, let's talk about Task Scheduler. Task Scheduler will help your computer basically automate your tasks in your computer. This is where, if you have an antivirus software, it will usually create something we call a rule, which basically means, yeah, I think you guys already know, it's literally a rule or definition the computer needs to run a task or something like that. Now, for the purpose of this demonstration, I basically want to run Chrome every single time I have my operating systems when I log into my Windows 7 computer. Now, believe it or not, I actually have covered a video on this, explaining this in very much great detail. I'll post the links in the description below of the videos I've covered in the administrative tools. But basically, I want a new rule and one in Chrome. While I'm doing this, I would like to say a real-life example. My friends have actually told me to make this video a lot of times because they see me at school, and literally what fascinates them is the computer literally turns off by itself. It's just very fascinating for them for some reason because they never thought it was so easy. And hopefully this video is going to explain to them. I'll also post a timestamp if you guys want to learn a specific subject in the Windows Administrative Tools. But anyways, let's get down to business since we have a short amount of lifespan. I'm going to call this Chrome on ways. No, I'm just going to put Chrome is on. I could create a basic description if I wanted to, but I want to put when I log in, start program. You can do this with a shortcut because it's already has the program file exe. So I'm going to put that. Chrome is on. I'm going to click open properties when finished. Now, since I'm moving too fast, let me explain what I'm basically doing. Create the task name, which is so easy. Just put any name you desire and your description you desire. And the trigger is basically when the program is supposed to activate, like when I log in. And start a program is basically, yeah, literally just start anything on your computer. Anything. If I want to, I can just start MS Paint automatically, but I'm not going to do that. You do not need to add arguments, however, that's for command prompt. You do not need to unless if you're doing the shut off thing like I did. I'm gonna pause this really quick. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to do something really quick. I don't know. Sorry if I keep on doing this. It's just I want to make sure. This is my first live stream and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to go to Discord. Oh, if you don't, if you have a Discord and if you want to join, you can go join in the link below. So let's switch back. So we have our Chrome EXE. Chrome is on. Make sure you put this if you want to enable, like, you know, the start times and whatnot. Highly recommend if you do. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, if you want to enable the time or other things. So I'm going to click Finish. Author, DogeExplorer, obviously. You can change the user or the group of this if you really wanted to, but for the sakes, I'm just going to leave it on mine. Yeah, that's literally what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put, you know, I'm going to put Start Up Chrome. Do not put run if, well, if you want to, you can, but I do not recommend that. If your computer is horrible at running tasks, I highly recommend that you do the following. If your computer keeps on bringing this exe up, I recommend you go to settings. Well, do this in advance because, you know, I do this in every task I do. I do, if the task fails, restart every 1 minute 3 times. If the task runs longer than 1 hour, it stops. If the task does not end when requested, force it to stop. And, yep, that's literally what I'm going to do. However, we're not done yet. Not yet. There's another backdoor that's hidden. I think it's that trigger. Yeah, trigger, if to stop the task if it runs longer for 30 minutes. And, yeah, that's the other thing that I do not want. Yeah, everything seems to be good. You can edit this to your heart's extent after this. I'm just showing you this. You can also enable history, but I don't want to enable it because this is a virtual machine and it literally does nothing. So I'm going to restart the virtual machine. Finally. Now, it's not going to instantly pop up because of the processing speed, so give it a few. Or it has a very important task. You see, it just popped up. Low processing speed. So, that basically covers Windows Task Manager in a nutshell. Now, let's go back to our Windows Administrative Tools. No, I don't want that. Okay, this is easy. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm in Windows 10 right now, but I am in both. My mind is screwing up. So let's go to system configuration. This will allow you to have a normal startup. You can. I'm sorry. Hold up. So system configuration is where you can start up. If you have Windows 7, you can manage your services or your software things on boot. However, do not need to do that. So, in general, you can you can load all your devices and your drivers. And if you guys don't know what drivers is, it's basically your input-output devices that allow you to move around, let's say your mouse, because this is actually a great example. Your mouse is an input-output device, and this input is moving around there's a driver actually installed on your mouse, believe it or not. It's called, I'm not going to tell you because it varies different from different mouse, if you have a Bluetooth mouse or something different, but it installs software on your computer that's very hidden, very low storage. It basically helps your computer run a specific input device or anything like that. So Diagnostic is load to basic devices and services only that are powered by Windows, like Windows drivers and a lot of those like that. Right now I need to probably disable this on my computer, but right now I'm on selective startup, which is basically kind of like normal startup, except it's on selective for some reason. So let's go to boot. Boot is, you can manage all your OSs if you want. Windows 7 is obviously the main default. You can have tons of different information. Safe boot is basically, I think it's safe mode. And you can manage everything from here if you're wanting safe mode. Services, I'm going to cover this more in the video here still, but in a nutshell, services is what makes your computer run. Like your things in your computer that help. Like your Windows audio, for example, that helps run. Startup, virtual machine, obviously. Tools, now these tools, it can help you configure some certain things you have in Windows. Like over here, this is Action Center. Automatically, I can view the important things I'm supposed to do. I can do a troubleshoot program if I really wanted to. If I wanted to, I can click yes, but no. I could do a computer management, which basically means I'll cover that in a minute. Or I can just view my software. You get the idea. This is basically similar to the Windows administrative tools. However, your most important things won't come from here. However, some other things like displaying your Windows information and not having to remember, oh no, did I forget the version.exe, or was it WinWer or WinMS.ver, something like that. If you forget your EXEs, you can see over here, you can view your programs and everything. I'm not going to go in depth right now, so I'm not going to do ipconfig because I know that's what's going to pop up, and I don't want my IP address to be shown. So really quick, so we have covered services. I'm going to still explain services, my bad. Let's talk about system. Let's talk about Event Viewer. Event Viewer is where you can see all of your computer failures. It's critical failures. It's failures in an application, which I call user modes, or anything like that. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions. No, you do not. Okay. Now, believe it or not, you have to enable auditing, but this is that's only for work. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But let's see. I want to go into application level. Let's see how many events that I have. I have one event that is showing up an error. You can see the general what it's doing, or you can see the details. I guess it was a processor, and it loaded its data for something like that. You can see a lot of stuff in here. It's very important. So this is like basically your history on everything that's going wrong on your computer. I will say this though. Believe it or not, if you have like 20 warnings on your computer daily from Event Viewer, don't worry about that. Because really, honestly, everyone has to get at least an error at some point because you're either moving too fast for their processor or just something in general happened on your computer that you couldn't control. So don't be alarmed. The only things that you should actually be alarmed is if we go to level, because it's going to sort it out. you should be alarmed at 3 things. The errors, not just any error, critical errors, because those are the big pop-ups. And it's like, what I mean by kernel, my bad, is the blue screen of death. Kinda. Or similar to that. One of your things died, and usually it'll display a blue screen of death if that happens, but as you can see, this is a virtual machine environment and nothing has happened yet. Errors you should also be worried about, however, I wouldn't worry about that too much. That happens rarely, though. If you keep on getting errors, I think you should investigate. You see, look at this. That's literally what it was trying to do. Trying to download some Windows updates when I told it not to. Oh, apparently it installed something. Author root. I know what it is. It's probably a certificate, a website certificate. Okay, boomer. Sorry, keep on saying that. Yeah, okay. It's basically the trust list of the website. And warnings, you shouldn't be worried about it. However, it continues. I highly recommend you check it out. Information, do not be worried about that don't be worried about. If I can show you example, information. Come on. There. This is the warning message. You shouldn't be worried about that too much. It's just, I think it will tell you a display a warning or something like that. Information, do not worry about that. It'll just literally log important and essential things. Let's talk about iSCSI. No, not iSCSI, because that's a little bit hard for me a little bit right now. PowerShell Modules, basically an updated version of command prompt. There's literally nothing to it. I tap back. The only different thing about PowerShell and command prompt is they work differently. There's certain commands on command prompt and certain commands on PowerShell. However, if you have Windows 10 and if you want to experiment in a virtual machine environment, go ahead. Right now, you need to, if you want to actually experiment, very easy. I think I go over here and I go to PowerShell, I think it's ICE. If you are experimenting, highly recommend ICE. Only reason why I recommend ICE in the first place, because it will actually display the commands you can use in this. In the regular PowerShell modules, it doesn't explain the commands. Now let's see if get service is available to me. It probably is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Get service is basically your services. Let's go to memory. Memory is basically when you lose problems on your memory, if your computer stops working, blah, blah, blah. Well, not if you, can lose information or stops working. So that's what basically it is. Windows Firewall, and Advanced Security. Already covered that. If you guys want to see, I uploaded that video a couple of minutes ago, I think. You know what? No, I'm going to do it from scratch since I love y'all so much, my fans. So, basically, this helps monitor your connections that are going out and connections are coming into your computer. Basically, like data. So, I'm going to create something called Defense in Depth. So, I'm going to have my Google Chrome to be blocked on everything because let's propose I do not like Google Chrome in quotation marks. I can just simply block Chrome. Let's just say, and reason being why I want to block Chrome is because I believe, I don't know, there's a nasty virus going on, something like that. I just made that up. It can be literally anything. Point is, this will block the connection to any website you make. Why is it useful? Well, I'll show you in a minute. Why don't we search up my favorite YouTube channel, which is YouTube. Let's go on YouTube, shall we? You know what? No, I'm actually an old person. Let's go to Facebook. Okay. And it actually blocks our internet connection from the data getting out into the data getting in. Kind of like internal and external, if you were to put it that way. Now watch what happens when I delete these rules or disable them. It should work. That I like Windows Firewall Advanced Security if you're an advanced person like me in IT. Very useful. You can do this across computers if you run a corporate business, but highly doubt that my viewers are running corporate business. So we got everything here. You can enable rules or not. Input, data going in. Output, data going out. Highly recommend both though, if you are disabling something. Now let's talk about services. Services is basically what I said in the last wrong. Services help maintain and manage your computer run. You can start a service, you can end the service if you really want to. Basically, bits and pieces of your computer that help it make it run. If I wanted to, I can enable the FAQ feature. Or if I wanted to, I can just start the update service. Or, yeah. You know what? Why don't we just look for something random? Well, let's go to Windows. Let's restart the Windows Defender. You know what? No, let's stop it. Let's see what happens. See? It turned off. It turned off. So if you really want to, yes, you can disable it or enable it. Again, your choice. Very easy, very innovative. Keep on sorry. Sorry about that. So, let's see what we have. I'm not gonna, since this is a YouTube tutorial, I'll try to cover everything in. So let's cover Performance Monitor. Performance Monitor basically, obviously, in depth, help you with your performance, like your processor time. You can see your processor speed going up and down, left and right. You can add colors or anything you want. If I wanted to, I can add a program. Let's say I want my processor information. I want everything checked in. Let's do that. Now, it should do that. Yeah. You can see events and stuff. You can see your configuration and things as well. So, that's basically it in a nutshell. Let's go to printer management. Oh, really quick. Printer management, literally helping manage printers. Not going to go in depth because there's a lot of YouTube videos lately and I don't own a printer right now at the moment, so I'm not going to go in depth, but it's very useful. I've tried it on my school computer. However, I highly recommend Control Panel since it's way easier than that, but hey, it's your choice and your business. So, data sources, you can help your if you want to, you can set up a data source if you really wanted to. It's self-explanatory. I will cover a video on it later. Again, still being certified, but that isn't a topic that is bringed up. So, iSCSI. Let's talk about that for a few minutes. Yes, I want iSCSI to freaking run. iSCSI is basically your internet printer, where you can discover your internet printers or anything internet devices, something like that at least. Oh, frick. Okay, sometimes I have to tell you guys, sometimes IT professionals like me have to look up stuff. Yeah, Internet Small Computer Systems Interface. It works with TCP and UDP, I think. No, IP. Yeah, and it helps with your storage networking for your storage. Apparently, not printers. It can work with your storage across devices. Let's move on to computer management. computer management, where it's basically almost, how do I say this? Almost everything in a nutshell, basically. You have your device manager, performance, or local users, and groups if you want. You can even add a group if you really wanted to. Like if I want to, I'm going to put this IT depth. I'm going to add the members. I'm going to add the other member. Let's create it. ID department. Boom. They have a group. Finally. So you can manage almost everything in here. That you can manage your account is disabled or password at any change, as well as your group and your local path if you really wanted to. But so you can also have your share folders if you also wanted to. Basically a rundown of everything I've said so far, but a little bit organized. And if you forget something, this is a number one way you can do. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about this management. So while I got you here, this management is basically where you can change and organize your drives, like your C drive. Oh my goodness, again, I'm so tired today, guys. Basically, this management will help if you have a drive externally or internally that you want to unallocate and make into another drive. So let's say I wanted to lower this down to like 50 megabytes and create it for only Roblox or Discord content. I could do that. I'll show you how in a minute. Basically, you shrink the volume. It's going to load because my processor is horrible at the moment. I don't know why. 50M. So it measures in megabytes, so let it do its thing. Usually the processor in the VM isn't slow, but probably the only reason why it's so slow, my processor, is because I did a system restore. It affected the whole entire system, so probably not the wise thing to do. I'm going to put this DogeExplorer. Finish. Boom, we have our own virtual drive if you wanted to. It even showed us in the computer. 32 mega, don't ignore that. So, and you can manage your services and applications. Let's move on to Componet Services, and then lastly, its local security policy. Componet Services, I haven't gone in depth, but you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's basically like bits of pieces of your applications, your CCOM applications, DCOM configs, and running processes, and others as well. See, we even got a firewall alert. Oh my goodness, from the MMC. Just very classic. I forgot. Are we in the public? Yeah, we're probably in the public. Okay. So yeah. And it also helps with event viewer and services as well. Let's move on to the last one, local security policy. Technically, we have two more because you guys don't know this, but I'm going to show you some extras. So you can local security policy, if you have Windows 7 Ultimate or Windows 10 Pro in modern standards, will help you with your password policy and your account lockout policy. You can manage your policies here with advanced security and others as well. So we're basically all done with administrative tools. However, let's cover device manager really quick. I know this isn't a part of the Windows administrative tools. However, at least it helps. This will help display everything that's in your system, every single nook and cranny in your system as well. Processors, right now, you see one processor. Timers and other things as well. Now, I'm going to give you one last thing so you guys don't go. going to do a gpedit. If you own Windows 7 or Windows 10 Pro, gpedit is useful to manage policies like your network and your printers, but however, do not use it for server or actual work. You need a server like Windows Server 2012 for that, but that's basically kind of like a rundown. It helps manage your policies in your system, and as well as your other users that are trying to access your system. Now let's talk about the MMC really quick. MMC stands for the Microsoft Management Console. Go to File, go to Add and Remove Snap-in. Basically, you can add and remove snap-ins that are in here. Let's say I want to have my local computer, my task scheduler. It's basically like a custom Windows administrative tool organizer, if you really wanted to. Very cool, very cool. If I really wanted to do this, I'm just going to I'm going to save this actually to my desktop, and I'm going to name it My PC. See, Microsoft Management Console right there. If I really wanted to, I could edit the auditor, not the author. I could edit the logo to disguise it if I wanted to. Oh no, not at the moment. I'm sorry. My bad. But anyways, that's basically Windows administrative tools in a nutshell. And I think this video is running for 20 minutes. And basically, all of these tools I learned in under, I don't know, let's say 24 hours. Every single tool that's in here, 8 or 12 administrative tools here, took me 12 hours to learn in advanced, except that obviously the component services and the services that I've struggled with today. However, I hoped I helped you with your system, and I hope you can implement these into your real-life situations, like your work, business, home, everything. Otherwise, have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.